The first blow, arrogance in fire. They came laughing, not with joy, but with the cruel arrogance of those who thought themselves masters of the galaxy. The Zuran Dominion, an empire of scaled warlords and centuries of conquest, descended upon New Carthage, a young human colony at the edge of mapped space. Their warcruisers hovered like blackened suns, blotting out the sky. Civilians stared upward as the heavens themselves seemed to sneer down. The Dominion did not come for diplomacy, nor for tribute. They came to make an example. In a broadcast that blanketed every channel, their High Marshal boasted, "Earth breeds weaklings. Let all races see how fragile their children are." Moments later, orbital fire reduced New Carthage to glass. Cities melted into rivers of molten stone. A billion voices silenced in seconds. The galaxy watched in horror. Humanity, still considered newcomers, had been mocked, broken, and dismissed in a single stroke. Laughter in the dark, the mockery of Earth. The Zurans celebrated their cruelty. Across their star systems, hollow arenas replayed the annihilation of New Carthage as entertainment. They toasted to human fragility, comparing Earth to a farm animal pretending at war. The galaxy joined the mockery. Neutral traders whispered that humans would retreat into silence, too civilized to spill blood in response. Alien commentators sneered. Earth will beg. Their fleets are small, their soldiers untested. They will send envoys, not vengeance. And so the galaxy laughed at humanity's pain. But the laughter would not last. The stillness before the storm. For weeks, Earth said nothing. No declaration of war, no retaliation, not even a whisper. The silence was mistaken for fear. But inside that silence, something ancient stirred. A memory as old as fire, as deep as the black oceans of Earth. When humanity is mocked, when its children are slaughtered, silence is not surrender. Silence is the drawing of breath before the scream. The Dominion had mistaken patience for weakness. They had mistaken civilization for fragility, and in doing so, they had doomed themselves. The breaking of silence. The first sign came in the void. A single human dreadnought, Invictus, emerged from the Sol system's dockyards. Black-hulled, crowned in the red glow of engines that burned like wrath itself. Then came another, and another. From Mars, from Titan, from the hidden shipyards of the Kuiper Belt, Earth's fleet rose in silence. Ships that no alien had ever seen before, prototypes, experiments, monsters of steel and plasma. Communications across the galaxy carried a single chilling message, broadcast in every known tongue. Earth remembers. The galaxy shivered. The march of vengeance. The first retaliation was not a battle, it was an erasure. The Dominion fleet stationed at Doria Prime, 40 warships strong, vanished in less than 8 minutes. Human dreadnoughts appeared, fired once, and left. No survivors. The Dominion High Marshal roared with rage, declaring it a lucky strike. But then it happened again, and again. Entire fleets disappeared in hours. Human stealth cruisers moved like shadows, dreadnoughts like storms. Across the galaxy, alien civilizations stopped laughing. Their screens no longer replayed the mockery of New Carthage. They replayed the silence, the dread, the words, Earth remembers. The day the sky turned black. Then came the storm. The Battle of Zuran Prime, the heartworld of the Dominion. They had gathered everything, 10,000 ships, orbital rings, planetary shields, entire legions of soldiers. It was meant to be impregnable. Humanity came anyway. The sky blackened as human fleets emerged, blotting out suns. Carriers unleashed swarms of drones, bombers, and drop pods. Plasma fire turned night into a storm of white lightning. Alien soldiers on the surface stared upward as the atmosphere itself seemed to ignite. Human drop pods fell like iron rain, striking with the thunder of gods. The Dominion fleet lasted 17 minutes. 17. Then the silence returned, broken only by the crackling of burning cities and the screams of those who had once mocked. Fire made flesh, humanity's retribution. The Dominion called humans weak. They learned weakness was mercy denied. Human soldiers moved through the burning cities of Zurin Prime like storms in armor. Their rifles spat light, their armor reflected fire. Civilians fled at the sight of them, because the humans did not come for conquest. They came for reckoning. Orbital cannons carved Dominion capitals into ash. Palaces fell. Temples collapsed. The High Marshal himself was dragged before the human fleet commander. He spat defiance, declaring, "We mocked you because you are nothing." The human commander leaned close and whispered words that would echo for centuries. "You will mock us no more." And the High Marshal's body burned with his world. The collapse of the galaxy's illusion. The galaxy had believed humanity incapable of true vengeance. That belief ended in smoke and fire. The Dominion crumbled within weeks. Vassal states fled, begging for Earth's protection. Armies that once mocked humans laid down arms and saluted instead. Alien rulers who had laughed in their courts now silenced their tongues. Traitors scrubbed old jokes from their archives. Historians began rewriting their scrolls, placing humanity not at the bottom, but at the center. Because in 17 minutes, in one battle, the galaxy had seen what Earth was capable of. The aftermath, silence and dread. When the fires faded, Earth did not gloat. There were no grand parades, no declarations of empire. Humanity simply withdrew, leaving only ruins and silence. The galaxy now spoke in whispers. "Do not provoke Earth." They waited, and then they struck. Patience hides their wrath. Where once humanity was mocked, now they were saluted. Ships bowed their wings when entering human space. Armies raised their banners in respect. But the respect was born not of love, it was born of fear. Because the galaxy now knew the truth, humanity's vengeance was infinite, and their patience eternal. Epilogue: the whisper that remained. On the ashes of Zurin Prime, a survivor wrote on a wall before the smoke claimed him. "Never provoke Earth again." The words spread like scripture. Civilizations etched them into law. Commanders drilled them into recruits. Children learned them as their first lesson of history. The galaxy had mocked humanity. Now it saluted, and behind every salute was a whisper carried through the stars. Earth remembers. And in that whisper, dread lived eternal.